because that would be terrible if I were to do that next. Well, that's why. Welcome to this meeting tonight to the village of Lake Bluff. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Eshelmaz? Here. Trustee Freed?
Here.
Trustee Hatch?
Here.
And Trustee Redner?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Sorry. Thank you. Please stand and join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flags of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, and under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our next item are awards and proclamations, and we do not have any of these tonight, followed by the consideration of the minutes of a January 26, 2026 Village Board meeting. Is there a motion to approve the Village Board minutes for that day?
Motion to approve?
Second?
Second.
Do we have any changes, comments to Drew tonight on these minutes?
Please vote.
I do not see any. It is a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And the motion carries. Thank you very much. Next on our agenda is the non-agenda item and visitors. The village president and board of trustees allocates 15 minutes for those individuals who would like the opportunity to address the village board of trustees on any matter not listed on the agenda. Each person addressing the village board of trustees is asked to limit their comments to a maximum of 5 minutes. And again, we have new wording on this part of the agenda, and that would be the village board very much values public comment, and to the extent your public comment is a question or requires further investigation, village staff will follow up with you outside of this meeting. Time for non-agenda public comments is not intended to be a question and answer session or for board deliberations, because the Open Meeting Act does not allow us to deliberate on matters that are not included on the agenda. We appreciate your understanding and look forward to your comments. Any person willing to make a comment? And I do not see any. Do we have
Anybody
anybody?
participating in the village's meeting via the Zoom, please raise your hand at this time and you can be heard for items not on tonight's agenda. And no one's raising their hand.
All right. And we move forward to the next item. That would be the village board sets the order of a meeting. And that would be that the village president and board of trustees will entertain requests from anyone present on the order of business to be conducted during the village board meeting. And I do understand item 15 could be next.
And then you can take items 13 and 14 to immediately follow.
All right. So item 15, 13, and 14. Is there any objection to this order?
No.
All right. Item 15 and so on. Item 15 would be a resolution honoring the public service of Deputy Police Chief Eric Gerke. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
Motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you. I would like to note that this is a serious matter, and that's because Eric alternate introductions such as zookeeper and hand model, as always, are memorable. It would be helpful if we now proceeded with calm and dignity on this board. Thank you. You know, I've been a few times surprised by the introduction at our table, so just this right there. Okay. And so that would be a resolution honoring the public service of Deputy Chief of Police Eric Gerke. And whereas Deputy Chief Eric Gerke has served the residents of the village of Lake Bluff for 25 years as a member of the Lake Bluff Police Department. And whereas Deputy Chief Gerke began his law enforcement career with the village of Lake Bluff on January 29, 2001 as a patrol officer. And whereas during his time as a patrol officer, Deputy Chief Gerke was selected as the first member of the Lake Bluff Police Department to join the Northern Illinois Police Alarm System Emergency Services team in 2003. And whereas, while assigned to NIPAS, that Northern Illinois Police Alarm System Emergency Services, Deputy Chief Gerke served as a negotiator where he helped to facilitate successful conclusions to volatile situations. And whereas, in 2011, Deputy Chief Gerke was appointed to the rank of Police Sergeant. And whereas, Deputy Chief Gerke was selected to attend the Northwestern University Center for Public Safety Police Staff and Command Programs, which is successfully completed in 2014. And whereas, Deputy Chief Gerke took on additional roles, including evidence technician with the Lake County Major Crimes Task Force in 2016, and to further bolster his knowledge and value to the Lake Bluff community, he joined the Lake County Incident Management Assistance Team in 2017. And whereas, in 2022, Deputy Chief Gerke was selected by the Village Board of Trustees to serve Lake Bluff as the Deputy Chief of Police. And whereas, through his career, Deputy Chief Gerke has received numerous letters of appreciation and recommendation. And whereas, Deputy Chief Gerke, in addition to his successful but demanding law enforcement career, has a long history of volunteering in many capacities, including coaching and mentoring youth during his personal time. And whereas, and now therefore, be it resolved by the Village President and Board of Trustees of the Village of Lake Bluff, County of Lake, and State of Illinois, that the Village of Lake Bluff hereby recognizes Deputy Chief Eric Gerke for his dedication and contribution to the Village of Lake Bluff over the past 25 years, and that this resolution be incorporated in the minutes of this proceeding, and that an executive copy of the resolution be delivered to Eric. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
One thing that is important to us is for the safety of our children, and Eric happening to be a fine bicyclist himself and your son. I have asked Eric to actually be in schools and to teach kids how to be safe. And you know what? I have a big smile on my face because you do a fine job, because you do a fine job every day. And every time you come around to a new venue, you make people feel at ease, and you do your job really well. So thank you very much.
Thank you. So really quickly, I think you've heard, everybody was here heard, Eric is super playful and very humorous, and who knows what he could have had in his hand when he was going to shake it right. He warned you that he didn't, which I think everybody's grateful for, and also grateful that you didn't bring your guitar tonight to serenade us. But also, perhaps most recently, right now, your legacy is, he didn't mention this, but he was a track star in college. Why does that matter? Because Eric ran down somebody who had stolen a golf cart who was driving it down Waukegan Road, and it's on YouTube, and I don't know how many likes there are for that or views of that, but there are a lot. But he has got wheels. He's still got it. So still got him. Way to go. No, he needs to vote on it.
Yep. So Okay, so are there, I believe there could be no questions on these. Is there any discussions or concerns? I don't think so. It is a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any,
It's approved.
it's approved. I'm losing my train of thought many times tonight. So next on our agenda is item 13, an ordinance approving a final plat of subdivision and granting variations for 1750 and 1776 Shore Acre Drive. Is there a motion to approve this resolution,
So moved.
Ordinance.
this ordinance?
So moved. Second.
Thank you. And so the proposed final plat of O'Donnell subdivision will change the boundaries between two existing separately owned undersized lots, making Lot 2 at 1750 Shore Acres larger and Lot 1 at 1776 Shore Acre smaller. Following an informal review at the July 16, 2025 PCZBA meeting and a public hearing of the preliminary plat at the September 17 PCZBA meeting, architect Healy Rice and attorney Warren Silver appeared before the village board on November 10th, 2025 to 1, request preliminary plat approval, and 2, discuss their concern with a PCZBA preliminary plat recommendation for a restriction limiting the floor area on Lot 2 to 3,783 square feet. Following a discussion, the village board approved the preliminary plat with a motion noting that the PCZBA would have an additional opportunity to discuss the floor area restrictions and return a recommendation regarding it during the final plat phase. During a public hearing on January 21st, 2026, the PCZBA discussed 3 possible floor area restrictions for Lot 2. 1, 3,783 square feet, which is approximately the amount of floor area that would result from the formula in the code if it were calculated based on the lot area of the existing parcel, excluding the area within the private street easement for Shore Acre Drive. Or number 2, 4,170 square feet, which is approximately the amount of floor area currently allowed on the existing parcel calculated as currently allowed by code based on the entire existing parcel area, including the area within the street easement. Or 3, 6,138 square feet, which is based on the lot area for the new proposed Lot 2, excluding the area in the street easement. After a discussion, the PCZBA voted 5-1 to recommend approval of a final plat with a plat restriction limiting the floor area on Lot 2 to 4,170 square feet. The dissenting commission member favored the 6,138 square feet, and the recommendation also includes a plat restriction prohibiting a separate driveway onto a Shore Acre Drive from Lot 2 and includes the necessary variations from Section 10-5-1 for lot frontage and 10-5A-5 for lot area and width due to the non-conformities of the existing lots. Staff previously worked with the village attorney to determine the 1750 and 1776 Shore Acre Drives are 2 separate undersized zoning lots. All of the buildings on both properties have now been demolished. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm Warren Silver of the law firm of Brown, Udell, Pomerantz, and Del Rahim Limited. We represent the owners of the property, John O'Donnell and Rob Berner, who is the manager and sole member of the LLC that owns the property at 1750 Shore Acres Drive. I do have to say for the record that that was a tough act to follow And my congratulations to the deputy chief on his 25 years. We were here, as the president said, back in November. The matter was sent back to PCZBA to work out the floor area restriction. There was a robust debate and thorough examination of the issue, and the PCZBA made its determination, and we're quite comfortable with their determination and accepting it and moving forward. And at this time, if any members of the board have any questions, we're happy to answer them.
Thank you very much. Any questions on the board?
No question.
No.
No, thank you.
Okay. It is
Public comment?
of course, sorry about that. Today is not a good day. Any comments from the public?
If anyone is participating online through the village's Zoom meeting, now is the time to raise your hand to be heard on this subject. No one is raising their hand.
It is a roll call,
It's a first reading, voice vote.
voice vote. It is a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you very much, and the motion carries. Congratulations. Next item is item 14, a resolution approving a tentative plat of subdivision for a property located at 0 Blodgett Avenue. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
Motion to approve. Motion to approve.
Seconded.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you very much. On January 21st, 2026, the PCZBA heard a request from attorney Calvin Bernstein on behalf of NKG Zini LLC to approve a tentative plat of Lisa Zeni subdivision. This subdivision proposes to split an existing lot from a 2007 Crabtree Farm subdivision into two new lots, a front lot bordering on Blodgett Avenue and a rear lot to the north, accessed from Blodgett through a 33 feet wide stem. The proposed Lot 2, bordering Blodgett Avenue, has an area of 100,636 square feet and a width of 410 feet and 21 inches. The proposed Lot 1, the northern lot, would be 116,846 square feet in area, excluding the stem, exceeding the 65,340 square feet minimum in the E1 Estate Residence District. The width of Lot 1 is 339 feet and 85 inches, exceeding the 150 minimum lot width. The stem is 38 feet and 99 inches 38.99 feet wide, where it borders the edge of a Blodgett Avenue right-of-way. A variation is required because Section 10-5-2 of the zoning code requires lots to have frontage on the public street of at least the 150 feet minimum lot width requirement. While not precedential, a similar variation was approved for the Crabtree Farm subdivision in 2017. The ordinance approving this subdivision also limited further subdivision to no more than 2 lots from any one existing lot and created a 50-feet tree conservation area along the south edge of most of the subdivision. One driveway for each lot is allowed through this tree conservation area according to the covenants and restrictions on the 2007 plat. But the PCZBA recommendations for the proposed new subdivision includes a prohibition on a separate curb cut for Lot 2. Two neighboring residents spoke at the PCZBA meeting to ask questions, but did not mention any specific objections to the subdivision. The PCZBA voted 6-0 to recommend tentative plat approval for the Lisa Zeni subdivision subject to the 7 plat restriction listing in item D and the 3 other conditions in item E to the, in the attached resolution. Questions on the board?
I have a question. The lots are located in the E1 district, right? Zoning district E1, estate district? Is that correct? Are they, you gave lots of footage, square footage, but I did not translate that to acreage. Are these still going to conform to the estate subdivision requirements?
No, they're both substandard. That's right, Mike, is it? No. Oh, I'm sorry.
They exceed the minimum lot size.
Oh,
Micro.
disregard what I
It's a
said.
very different answer.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
they exceed the minimum lot size there.
Could somebody translate just in
Oh,
general
you know what?
terms?
I'm still looking at the other subdivision and the other drawing, which was true about the
Yeah,
other subdivision.
right.
Yes, well,
yeah.
that,
These are
yes.
like more than twice the size.
That's what I assumed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
But I-
they're about 100,000 and the minimum is 65,340. I think that's an acre and a half, I think, the 65,000.
Yes.
So, but they're
One is
100,000,
acre and a half.
the minimum lot size.
Okay. Thank you. That's it.
Sure, okay.
I'd like to say one thing as I'm reading this document. I'd said feet and inches, and I named, of course, a foot with more than 12 inches. And so those were actually fractionals as opposed to inches. So I think I'm a little bit distracted tonight. But that doesn't change the subject. Any more questions on the board? Any questions in the room? Of course. Please state your name and your address.
Good evening. My name is Cal Bernstein. I'm the attorney for the owner of the property. And to address your question, these are oversized lots that we're creating here. I don't want to go into detail. We had a discussion over at the PCZBA with regarding to this matter. There's one item I'd like to bring to your attention, and one of the conditions that was brought up at the PCZBA was regarding the driveways and just limiting to the one driveway and having both lots access over that one driveway. At that night, I was not prepared to respond. I had an opportunity to research that since the PCZBA, and I found some information which basically was where it was contemplated there'd be separate driveways for both lots. And so my suggestion is we have to go back to the PCZBA anyways, though, so that we just go back to the PCZBA next week, have that discussion. I'll be able to present what I've been able to determine based on my research after that meeting, and then we'll come back to you with their recommendation.
Okay, from a procedural standpoint.
Just to be clear, you're comfortable with the recommendation that it stands today, knowing that you're going to bring it back up at the meeting when it comes back for final plat?
Yes, when it comes back for final, we understand that it's in there, and that was the recommendation of the PCZBA, but I didn't have all the information. Again, they sprung it on me that night, and I have an opportunity to research it since then. So I feel more comfortable addressing what was brought up, and I just to keep the process rolling, I think it's probably the most efficient way to handle it is just let's go back to the PCA. We'll just talk about that one issue, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Okay,
Okay,
all right, great, thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
So procedurally, do we have a vote? No? If we have a vote.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you're still voting on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Are there any more questions, either from residents or on the board?
And
that-
anyone attending the meeting via Zoom, now's the time to raise your hand to address this subdivision matter, and you will be heard. No one is raising their hand.
Okay, thank you. It's a roll call. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Elshamas.
Aye.
Trustee Freed.
Aye.
Trustee Hatch.
Aye.
Trustee Ryder.
Aye,
Motion's approved.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
thank you.
And from this point on, we are resuming our normal order of a meeting, and that would be next with our village finance report, and that would be for the warrants report for January 27 to February 9, 2026, and fiscal year 2026 payroll expenditures to date. Is there a motion to approve the warrants report?
So moved?
Seconded.
Thank you. And our warrants report tonight is for expenditure of village funds for payment of invoices in the amount of $764,138.99 for January 27 to February 9, 2026, and for expenditures of village funds for payments of payroll in the amount of $381,815 for December 2025, for total expenditures of $1,145,953.99. Questions to Drew or Bettina? I looked at the villager and didn't see anything out of the ordinary. It is a roll call. Clerk, please call the roll.
If I may, just one quick comment.
Yes.
There were a number of expenses on this with one particular vendor, Demuth. We've used them for emergency water main repairs over the last several weeks with the cold, the frost reaching deep into the center of the earth. It has affected our water transmission mains, and we've had to repair a number of breaks. We call on them frequently because they come out at 3 in the morning and very reliable and do good work. But you may have heard about that over social media or news, not even news, I'm sorry, but social media or just around town at the Heinen's fruit section, talking to your neighbors. But yeah, we've had a lot of water main breaks. A lot of communities have. And good news, bad news is that when temperature rises again some more, we'll see them again. And it's been a rough year for everybody. So, but in case you saw that, that's what it was.
It was 40,000, right?
Yes.
That's a lot.
And I can call it roll as directed.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Please call the roll.
Trustee Freed,
Aye.
Trustee Hatch,
Aye.
Trustee Ryder,
Aye.
and Trustee Eschamas.
Aye.
Thank you. Tonight we're all distracted, I believe. This is just Eric's fault. I believe this is Eric. That's all there is to it. Next is our village administrator's report.
I have no report.
Thank you. Followed by our village attorney's report.
No report.
Thank you. And that would be my report. And something cool happened last night. We had the Super Bowl. I never watched it. I did watch it last night. And I would like to say that Lake Bluff proudly celebrates Riley Mills for his participation at the Super Bowl yesterday. Riley, hard work, discipline, and commitment to excellence reflect the values that define Lake Bluff. From the early days of growing up here to competing at the highest level of sport, Riley will continue to inspire young people and athletes and make our town proud, and I'm very proud of him. We congratulate him on his remarkable achievements and look forward to what's ahead. The one thing I should say is I am friend with his parents who moved out of town. One of my children grew up with him. He's a nice person. And he's that person you can see on the field and that person playing music outside the field. He's a cool person, so I wish him a lot of good luck. And that would be my report. Next is our consent agenda. And our consent agenda is first item 11, the acceptance of a correspondence. Correspondence was delivered to the village board in the informational report on January 30 and February 6. And item 12, a resolution establishing the regular meeting dates and committee of the whole meeting dates for the Board of Trustees for fiscal year 2026 to 2027. Is there a motion to remove any of these items from the consent agenda? Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion to approve.
Seconded.
Thank you. Is there any discussions on these items? Thank you. Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Hatch,
Aye.
Trustee Ryder,
Aye.
Trustee Eschamas,
Aye.
and Trustee Freed.
Aye.
Thank you very much. And this would be followed by item 16, our trustees' report. Do any trustee wish to make a report tonight?
I have a request of the administration, please. I feel like there's an issue that we have not fully resolved and that we need to try to resolve now that we're into 2026. So I'd ask the administration come forward with a recommendation as to our special events policy. I think we need perhaps to have a recommendation and maybe a subcommittee or a couple of us to kind of work through all of the issues before bringing it back perhaps. But it is an issue that we need to try to resolve in the next couple of months, I believe.
Agree.
Thank you, Susan. Any more comments on the board? And we cannot have a discussion about that.
I'm just to follow up, I'd be happy to work with Trustee Ryder or others, whomever you want me to work with on that. I have brought multiple times, at least 2 other times, some draft recommended changes to codes, with first primarily dealing with limiting the number of days for special events, the special event permit process.
Okay, so let's have this offline. So Suzanne would be one trustee. Who else would like to
I'll
participate?
be glad to participate if someone.
Sure, I will as well.
And Kat.
Regis? I just want to say, I think this is an issue that's everyone's passionate about. Is there a way to workshop it together without having a subcommittee and?
Let's start framing it. 2 people, 2 trustees plus Drew, bring it to a workshop again.
If there are others who would like to participate, I certainly don't need to, and so,
Same.
I just, I'm willing. I think there's some issues that are intertwined with this that make it somewhat complex to try to even parcel out the various issues. So that's why I thought that perhaps a discussion amongst a smaller group, but I appreciate it's not going to be a decision made by a smaller group by any means. And 2 is the maximum number we can do to have a wide range, to have a discussion that's not public. I don't have anything to hide. I'm just trying to save people some time.
Are there any other formats that are open to the board to have a bigger conversation?
Yes, committee of the whole.
The committee of the whole.
So what I would suggest is let's frame the conversation just to make sure that we're in line. So Kat and Suzanne, and then we'll bring it over to all of us, knowing that they have done the homework. Everything's on the table, and we can go forward with that. What do you guys think? Or is that too?
I'm happy to have it. I don't mean to exclude you. Would you like to take my spot?
Susan, thank you. I would just like to have the conversation maybe at the next cow or set a cow earlier so we can talk about it for a good period of time instead of a quick conversation.
So should we have first a cow without skipping the first conversation with the 2 of you?
Or is there an off-site opportunity that the village has done in the past for things
No,
like this?
it's going to always be open act. It's going to always either off-site or here. It's a committee of the whole and it's televised and everything else.
What I was hoping a committee might do is, a committee of 2 and Drew might do is draft 2 or 3 options that include the various pieces. And then once we have them spelled out in a way that's legally compliant and addresses these various issues in multiple ways, not just bring everybody a single proposal, but several. Because there are so many moving parts that I think it's very easy to start one place and end up moving this lever, and then moving this other lever, and then moving another lever, and we end up in a mush. So my thought would be to bring several proposals, none of which would be etched in stone, but all of which would make sense as a whole.
Yeah. But to be clear, I was not talking about violating the Open Meetings Act.
No, of course not. Of course not.
So I don't know
No.
why that needed to be said, but has the village ever done another format of a workshop?
We did the thing with Stonebridge, like when we were over at the Lake Forest
Lake Forest
College, and we
College,
were all
yes.
together and we
Yep.
talked, yeah, we've done that.
But we followed the same format, that means TV, that means video, that means everything.
And there's been other joint meetings.
Great idea.
Other joint meetings with other advisory bodies, depending on the topic. But I would say, as an example, when the village was trying to figure out how it wanted to regulate short-term rentals, 2 trustees and staff worked together and brought a proposal to the entire board in a workshop and said, and it was a hairy issue, a lot of comments and people had different perspectives on it. And I think that's been done with other issues over time. That's been a way to do it, to get board input to staff, to bring proposals forward so that it, I think it helped facilitate outcomes quicker than other means.
I think this is
Past practice.
this is a thorny issue where we have multiple possibilities. We have Kat and Susan who are gifted lawyers. We have experience with that, and they can actually do they can actually parse out the issue and give us options clearly, and do the homework for us. So I appreciate that. I'm very sensitive and very amenable to that. That will help us. The past has been hard, and I think Susan is passionate about it, and that would really help us.
I would suggest that we would then bring it to Cal.
Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. My only comment was, we've done this at Cow, and we run out of time every time we do it.
This is
So-
why it's February.
So
Yeah, and
I'm just trying to find another forum where we have more than 45 minutes to hurry up and rush through a
We
conversation.
can make it for an hour and a half.
it may be end up being a special meeting, which we have done just to have workshops that are outside of, and that's what it probably, because right now, we're next 2 weeks tonight, it's to be a finance committee budget.
I'm not gonna be.
But that's happening, so we're gonna run into that, so it may be a Saturday conversation, it may be a Thursday night, or, so.
My suggestion is to have a framework from which to have a more streamlined discussion. I feel like one of the reasons we kept running out of time, we had a bunch of what about this and how about that, and there was no structure to it. Each lever was independent of another, and it ended up being a mush. That's my technical term. So my thought is, by doing some pre-work, we will not have a fait accompli to present, but instead some structure around the various options. Option 1, we do this. Option 2, we do this and that. Option 3, we do these 3 things, but not that one thing. And then there might be option 4 or 5, but at least we have some structure, Rafi.
You make complete sense. What you're saying is parse out the issues, make it that it becomes more of a finite conversation as opposed to an ever expanding conversation. And I think this is a great format. Rafi?
It's fine with me.
Okay. All right. That is direction to to administration, as you say. Thank you, Susan. Is there any more trustees' report? Thank you. I don't believe we have an executive session tonight.
No, sir.
Next is our adjournment. Could I please have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you so much. And we're adjourned. Thank you so much. Good night.
So fast, I forgot.